Thank you, Mayor.
Are we all set? Commissioner, are you gonna do your,
No, he's good, as long as it's going on the commissioner's page, we're good.
okay. All right, it's 1:30, we'll call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of constituting the accuracy of written minutes. Tapes are used, eliminated, recorded records of these proceedings.
Okay, before we ask if there's any guests, I just want to introduce, for those of you who don't know, our new captain, Dan Ziegler. I asked him to come and view the meeting. Are there any guests appearing before the prison board today? Okay, there are none, so we'll move on to the official actions. And the next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for the meeting held on July 15th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there any opposition?
And just a note that there is, the first paragraph, office is misspelled, and Jody's gonna take care of that, so.
I abstained since I was absent
Okay.
from that meeting.
Commissioner Notstein abstaining. Motion carries. Report of executive sessions held.
There were none.
We'll move on to report of the committees, and the first one is the maintenance report.
Okay, Sites Brothers was in for their monthly service. Clean Air Systems was in for the 6-month cleaning of the grease ductwork system in the kitchen. A&W Plumbing was in to snake and scope the main water drain line that runs under the booking intake area. We had a blockage about a week ago, and they took care of that. It was something a little too much for Rodney to handle. A&W Plumbing was also in to replace the bad pump motor up in the pump house. That was completed on Friday with a little snafu, but after we changed the fuse and everything was running and has been running fine since then. Allstate Septic was in to empty the grease trap, and Sills was in to repair a washing machine on the female unit. And that is all for the maintenance report.
Yeah, on the pump, the issue there in the snafu, I must say, I called Larry, and Tim notified me, I notified Larry immediately that there was an issue. He went up there, and again, he saved us quite a bit of money on a call off for an electrician, so, really did update or save us some funds he's earning his pay, that's for sure. And if I could, right now, I want to give you the update on what's going on since it's under the maintenance project right now. Looks like the project will not start until September. So all the equipment is in for the tank repairs and the skid unit for the pump house. We specified it must be in place. They are coming in the first week of September to set up the water supply to supplement not to supplement, to replace the existing system while we're shut down for repairs up to 18 days. So they'll be coming in first week of September for that. The second week and third week, they'll be starting to mobilize and hopefully have all the equipment in place so that we can move forward with that project. So currently, as far as the wells, we're looking at that second well up there. They're, as of 10 o'clock this morning, they're on their second day of pump testing. The flow has been holding pretty steady at 40 GPM, which was original flow was only, I think, about 28 gallons a minute or something like that, or 25 when they first built the place. Along those lines, I saw in the minutes that there was some discussion on the access road to the pump was pretty bad. I went up there, Rocky was with me this morning. I would recommend that we have to do something about it. We cannot get a vehicle down there right now the way it is because of the ruts in the road. There's no place for the, let's say we get more well drilling or whoever to pull a well cannot get down there now. We need to do some at least temporary repairs, whether it be modified riprap in the washout, the number 4 stone, or something, but we have to look into it in very near future before we have a pump failure and can't get down there to repair it, so I wanted to bring that up.
Let me just stop you for 1 second, Commissioner.
Sure.
What do we need to do to get the ball rolling on that?
After
Either-
talking with Rodney today, because he talked to me again about it today, and I said I was gonna bring it up again, you know, he kind of thinks if we get, you know, a load of modified or something like that and get it in there for now, that way it is passable, you know, between utilizing inmates if we have to, or if we can get the skid steer up there to just kind of flatten everything out for
But
now.
some of the ruts are so deep, and if we get a heavy rain, the modified
Might
will
wash out
right
again,
away.
yeah.
I did talk briefly to Mike Turpak about it this afternoon or this morning, and we thought, well, maybe we should put some number 4, the rip rock in, like right outside the ramp here, heavier stuff, and then put the modified in. And talking to Larry, who was with us this morning when we went up to look at it, and he thinks if we do some cutouts in some areas to help reduce, right now they have a big crown in the road, and it's all going down the tracks. We do need to do some clearing of shrubs and trees and everything else, that's another issue.
Okay,
And we get somebody in there, I don't know if we wanna, I don't wanna really have to go out to bids or anything else, because I don't think the project will be that much, but we need to do some immediate repairs, I would say, but either get a local contractor or see what Larry can do with our equipment, and if, you know, if we have a dump truck yet, that's, we can get some rip rock and modified and do some cutouts. There are 2 sections of the big plastic pipe laying up just below the animal shelter there, in case we have to dig 1 or 2 places across the road and fill it back in with
Get
our
some
own
drainage or-
workers if we can.
And there are some places where there's cutouts,
Yeah.
but
they
it
need
must
to be
have grew
cleaned.
up and the water is just, it keeps running down the road
Mhm.
and it doesn't go down over the bank. So if they fix both and it's up like at the top on the flat spot, so if them 2 cutouts were done, it probably wouldn't run down the road. You know, so I think that would be the first thing to do is get them 2 cutouts in first.
Yeah, get that cleaned up, maybe have it, maybe if you can get inmates up there to do some clearing and look at the cutouts.
And the only reason why I asked that is I don't know why we should wait. I think if we know we have a problem,
Yeah.
let's address it right away.
Yeah, before something happens to the.
Correct.
That's-
And if we have to get in there, then we can.
Mhm.
And maybe if they can go up there and look at it, like Larry's guys would go up with a backhoe, then 2 cutouts gotta be done first, you know what I mean? Cause it doesn't do any good to fix the road
Correct.
if you're not stopping the water from coming up at the
Right.
top.
Okay.
The other quick item I have, a question really probably for Tim, is was that water meter ever repaired? Or are they still waiting for parts?
still waiting for parts on that too, as far as I know. Rodney hasn't said anything that it was repaired as of yet.
Well.
We just thought that that was all gonna be part of the.
Because the way I understand, specs is gonna be replaced anyway,
Yeah.
so. Okay,
Yeah, we were just under the assumption that that was gonna be taken care of when the update to the pump house was done.
okay, all right.
Anything else, Commissioner, on maintenance?
I don't think so.
Okay, does anyone have any other questions on the maintenance report? Okay. Move on to the work release report.
Okay, Frank's numbers are in front of everyone, just to let you know, currently, right now, we have 3 total people on work release, 2 males and 1 female. We were up to 5, but we had a couple individuals that ended up catching some new charges, one before he even got out to go to work, decided to call his victim and threaten her, so we have 2 individuals that were taken off of that within the last, couple of weeks, and we're down to 3 at this point. Not that there's been some employers looking, for people, and right now the big, item that is an issue is transportation. And, I don't know if Commissioner Lukasevich wants to talk a little bit about that. We had our meeting yesterday with the Work Release Committee and kind of spoke about that as well there, so.
Any questions on the work release report from the warden? Commissioner, is there any update on the committee?
Yeah, we did have a quorum and we did meet this past week. We continue to work on developing, our strategy framework. Additionally, the committee members were provided an update, work release program rules and regulations. This draft version incorporates the input from, the previous input from Judge Nanovic. What's happening with this right now, it's going back to the 4 committee members. We're gonna go ahead and take an updated look at it over the next 3.5 weeks. We'll bring those changes, modifications together, then we'll push out an updated draft to the entire body for kind of final input, and then we'll bring that together with the strategy framework. And the plan would be before the end of the year to offer them both for formal consideration after they've been reviewed and had some time to be looked at. The transportation, that was a big issue we were discussing yesterday. We are gonna reach out to CCCT, right, the Carbon County Community Transit, Lanta. We're also gonna talk to workforce development and see if there's any potential ways that they might be able to assist in some form or fashion with this particular program.
Right, and I'm just gonna interject, Mr. District Attorney, I know that there are some, there was some transportation arrangements made for some of the participants of both the drug and the Veterans Court.
Mhm.
Is there, do you see any way that we can utilize any of those services?
The Veterans Court had the PAV van, that van was picking them up, and I don't think that would
Okay.
be eligible to utilize for the work release.
Okay,
And anything that we got from Carbon County Transportation was just as of course of their business.
Right.
okay,
They
just a
weren't-
thought.
they weren't
And that's what we're looking at. Maybe we could do a route that picks up at 7 in the morning and drops off, and then comes back in the afternoon or whatever. But again, we have to discuss with Owen to see what might be in the realm of the possible.
Okay. Any further questions on work release? Okay. We'll move on to the warden's report. Warden?
Yeah, my numbers are in front of everyone. Currently have 165 in-house today. Of that, 144 are females and 121 males.
Are there any questions of the warden for his report?
Tim, when it comes to the overtime, how are we doing compared to other years? I see we're at 5,400, right, actually year to date. How are we compared to previous years? Since this is, always a recurring issue, I'm just wondering, looking back, how are we doing compared to last year or the year prior?
I looked at last month's, and last month we actually, did pretty good with the overtime and stuff. I see a little bit of a decrease in it now that we have some extra bodies up there. This month was a little heavier. We have, quite a few people that are out on, FMLA and workman's comp that's opening up some full-time spots that need to be filled. So that's why we saw a little bit of an uptick in overtime this month.
But what about historically? I mean, because wasn't it like 2 or 3 years ago, weren't we at like 14,000 hours?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
so we're down at probably, on average, maybe a third less hours, right?
But
Okay.
in the meantime, we had hired, what, 3?
Yeah,
or
3
4
COs, so,
members.
yeah.
And the population was up at the time too. Now
That's
that we're
right, now
really
it's down.
it's not a, I don't know if it's a good comparison right now because of
Yeah.
the current population and, because of hiring, it should still give us an average if we hired 3 full-timers, roughly 6,000 hours right
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
So,
Well, we would think that we would have less of overtime with a
Yeah.
lower
It's
population
still-
as well.
Right, yeah,
still-
right, yeah.
And I can look at everything and get some harder numbers.
Yeah, maybe if we just have an update at next month's meeting, just to see
Okay.
if we're doing all right, or.
Okay, sounds good. Any other questions of the warden on his report? Okay, if not, I will entertain a motion to accept the report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there any opposition? Okay, motion carries. We'll now break for executive session.